Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala, amma ba'du. Then we are doing our verb a day, or a new verb a day. And today we are still on form 2, Sahih Salim, and we're going over the root Dal Ra Sin. Dal Ra Sin. This is, again, we say wasn't number 2, right? It's Noah, its type is as-Sahih, as-Salim. And the meaning here is to teach. If it would be form 1, it would be to study. But here, darrasa, form 2 with the shadda on the ra, is to teach. So we have da, ra, sa. We put a shadda on that ra. Darrasa. Darrasa. We add the alif al-ithnain. Right? And then we want to do the plural, darrasu. Right? Then for female, darasat. For 2 females, third person, darasata. Darasata. In case I didn't say the ra good enough with the shadda. What? Darasna. For third person, female plural. Darasna. Then second person, mukhatab. You. I'm talking to a male. Darasta. Darasta. And then antum, you 2 males. Darastuma. Antuma. Darastuma. Darastuma. And then antum, you guys, darrastum, antum darrastum. Right? Anti, mukhatab muannath, you to a female, darrasti. Right? Darrastuma. Same as above. And darrastunna, antunna, darrastunna. And then mutakallim, first person, I did it, ana darrastu. Right? And then darrasna. And then the same thing, darrasna. That's the past tense, brothers and sisters. Easy. Right? Now, mudari, present tense. We say, yudarrisu. What do? We add our present tense letter. And our middle letter here, which is a ra, gets a kasra. So we say, yudarrisu. Our present tense letter with a dhamma. Yudarrisu. Right? We get to the muthanna, yudarrisani. To the dual. Right? Yudarrisani. And then we add the alif al-ithnain and the noon for being marfu'. And here we add the waw for jama' and the noon for marfu'. Yudarrisuna. Right? Then We have female, tudarrisu. Sometimes it's hard to write on this computer. I don't know why. Tudarrisu. Tudarrisani. And yudrisna. We add the noon of the niswa. We don't add the noon for marfu. Yud or yudarrisna. Not yudrisna. Yudarrisna. Yudarrisna. طيب. Now we have anta tudarrisu. Right? Tudarrisani. Right? Tudarrisuna. We add the waw jama'. Right? And the one previous to this, we added the alif nain with the noon of marfu'. Tudarrisuna. And then anti. We add the ya al-mukhataba, the ya for talking to a female with the noon of marfu'. Tudarrisina. And then tudarrisani. And then tudarrisna. Again, we add the noon and niswa for this one. We don't add the noon of marfu'. Tudarrisna. Udarrisu. Or I do it. Udarrisu. Nudarrisu. And again, it's the same. Nudarrisu. If you want to skip this middle one here, like we were doing in the beginning, no problem. Just as long as you know that the plural form is used for dual and plural. Now, previously on the verb thaqula, theme, qa, lam, form 1, I made a mistake when talking about what happens with medzum and mansub and all of that. And so I'll get to that inshallah in a second. I'll clarify it. Whenever we have an, lan, idhin, or k appear before these present tense verbs, these dhammas are going to become fathas. And the noons of marfu' are going to be dropped. Right? Now these are not noon of marfu', they're noon of niswa, they're mebni, they never change. When the words lam, la of nahiya, of prohibition, or in appear before these present tense verbs, then these dhammas are going to become sukoons. Now on thaqula, I said they're going to become fathas. I repeated fatha, just out of a mistake. Right? Alhamdulillah, brother caught it. I made a note in the description of that verb. Right? So you could make a note of that. But alhamdulillah, I think it was taught well enough that the brother caught it. Alhamdulillah. So the lam, la, and nahi, and in, if they appear before present tense verb, then the dhammas become sukoons, not fathas, as I said in taqwala. I messed up. The rest of them, I think I said it right. And we still drop our noon of being marfu' across the board. Right? But these two are not noon of being marfu', they're noon of niswa. Right? So that's your present tense. And although that what happens when these things appear before it, that has got to do with nahu, not sarf, which sarf is what we're doing, the morphology of the verb. It doesn't matter. It's something for us to learn, right? The sciences were once one and then divided. And if we bring a little bit here and there in the future, we might talk about what the file is and all that, inshallah, as we get more comfortable with the verbs, right? This amr, fil amr, the command, we don't have third person nor first person. We only have mukhatab, second person, right? So what do we have? As we said, we had tudarris, tudarrisu. What do? We drop our sign of being marfu, and it becomes a sign of being majzoom or mebni here, right? And we drop our ta. Since our dal has a fatha on it, we don't need an alif. So we say darris. Right? And then darri sa. And darri su. And darri si. Right? If we notice on all these, we dropped our noon of niswa. Darri sa. We had a noon of niswa here, but we don't have that because it is mebni. Darri, it's a command. Darri sa wa darrisna. Right? So, what is your fa'il? What is your fa'il? Mudarris. We know that word. Mudarris. Put the shadda in the wrong place. Mudarris. Right? Your maf'ul, mudarras. And your masdar, your verbal noun, tadris. Now, if anyone's having an issue on how these are formed and how this takes place, then I suggest you go to the Access to Quranic Arabic playlist. We have a playlist called Access to Quranic Arabic, and for forms 2 through 10, there are videos units 31 through 36 deal with how units through 2 through 10 take their shape. If this is too fast or quick, then we deal with that inside of Access to Quranic Arabic, right? I got it abbreviated, AQA, units 31 through 36, and you can see better how these verbs are formed or in more detail. This is just practice for us, right? Anyway, we'll meet you tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, for another verb from Form 2. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.